You know, I keep trying to say funny things about haircuts as the intro. It's just not working out. So, hi, I'm Mr. Panda.
And I'm Rockstar.
This is the Manly Battleships YouTube channel where we're hosting Last Week in Geek, the video podcast where we go over everything important from Last Week in Geek. If there's one thing that I know for sure I can eventually get right, it's to lead in to last week's manly birthday. The manly birthday for this past week is for George Lucas, who turned 76 on May 14th. Happy birthday to the man who brought us the most endearing yet controversial fandom in history. And with that, we move right into new media.
We waited so long for a release date, and we finally get one. Adventure Time Distant Lands is going to be premiering June 25th. And that's just the first episode. We have no release dates for everybody else. Let's see how long it'll take for them to give us a release date on every single episode. It'll be like the hiatus from Steven Universe all over again.
One place that isn't making you wait for a release date is Netflix. They have rolled out Avatar, The Last Airbender. The entire series is right now available on Netflix. So, just go watch that and forget about the pacing issues in season 1. But, that's neither here nor there.
If you're a fan of Beastars and want more furry-friendly animes, Netflix apparently got you covered. I think they're just going to go through a whole shitload of new series that are furry-friendly. And that's great. I'm happy for y'all. The new anime is called Brand New Animals, and it's going to be about a girl who turns into a tanuki beastkin, and she meets a wolf boy who's also a beastkin, and they wander around this city called Anima City, which apparently is a safe haven for all of these beastkins, and they hope to uncover the mysteries within that city.
Mr. Detective in the Furry Ghetto.
That's basically what I described.
Why is there always a wolf boy involved? Why is it that every time we're talking about furries or Kameno Mimi, there's automatically a wolf boy involved? Even when we're not. Even when it's just like, oh, I transform into a werewolf, said Jacob. Harry Potter, we got a professor who turns into a wolf. Beastars, we got a wolf main character. This show, we got a wolf main character.
They didn't have a wolf in BoJack Horseman. Well, not as a main character. There were wolf men, but not like
But BoJack
wolves.
was hungry like the wolf.
So we need to hear the lame joke. What is it?
Anyways, if you want to watch this series, it'll be out June 30th.
If you've been enjoying the new Star Trek series, you might be interested to know that CBS is rolling out yet another incarnation of the major franchise. This time it's going to focus on Spock and Pike in the pre-dawn of the original Star Trek series at some point. I don't know.
It's a decade before the original toss on the Enterprise. Yes, CBS has lost all creativity. Let's boldly go back to the past and fuck it all up, why don't we?
Again.
Admiral, there be whales here.
There's a reason that Star Wars ended their Skywalker saga. There's a reason for it. Star Trek,
Yeah.
Strange New Worlds, or as I like to call it, Star Trek and Strange New Plot Lines, because we all know Spock's gonna miraculously have another brother or sister coming out of this one.
Or third cousin twice removed on his mother's side.
Who was raised by Sarek, because there are no other Vulcans in this series.
What about a Klingon who was raised by Vulcans?
Why don't you just have it be a fucking Romulan? Before they knew it was a Vulcan, nope, it's a Romulan who managed to sneak into the Vulcan society and was raised by Sarek.
That would be illogical.
If you were enjoying that little series on Apple TV, Mythic Quest, all about the gaming industry and how all your favorite games are being made, well, they're coming back for a super special quarantine episode. This episode is actually being filmed by the actors on their iPhones as they have a plot line that seems eerily mirroring our own right now. The cast is currently dealing with how do you do a game by working from home and all the joys that come from working at home with social distancing in place. That'll be out May 22nd.
DC Universe has announced their plans to have Doom Patrol Season 2 come out, and it will be launching simultaneously on HBO Max, where they will also be picking up Season 1 of Doom Patrol. That's going to be available June 25th.
Disney Plus has confirmed a plan to make Percy Jackson the book series into a TV series. That's literally all the information have other than season 1 will cover the entire first book. It seems Disney Plus is going to be avoiding that problem that Avatar The Last Airbender had with the film adaptations.
Disney Plus has also confirmed that if you enjoy mediocre hip-hop and historical revisionism, you too will finally be able to watch Hamilton without paying $400 for a seat in the house. Because Hamilton is officially coming to Disney Plus via stream on July 3rd. That is the recorded version of the original cast on stage.
While Disney still has its eye on a theatrical release for Mulan July 24th, they moved up the New Mutants to a new release date of August 8th. We'll see if any of that actually comes into fruition, seeing as social distancing and all of that stuff still kind of rules around here. Yeah.
Surprising everyone by announcing that it will be the final season, Netflix has finally rolled out a teaser for the final season of 13 Reasons Why. 13 Reasons Why we decided to end it now, or 13 Reasons Why we decided not to do 13 seasons, is anyone's guess. The final season will be available starting June 5th.
If you're into J-horror, rejoice! Netflix is giving you a series that you will most likely love. Ju-on Origins. We have a full trailer for you down in the links below, and it'll be coming out July 3rd.
How will I pick between that and Hamilton? Retro gamers, this one's for you. They have finally confirmed that the TurboGrafx 16 Mini will be coming out May 22nd for only $99. I have no idea what games it's going to include, but they'll be old. And that's what you like, right? Old games? Yeah, that's you.
Nintendo has plans for your Trump bucks if you still have any left. The trailer for Paper Mario The Origami King has finally been released, and the game is going on Switch July 17th.
If Animal Crossing has rekindled your love of the slice of life, life sim, farming game stuff, there's something in store for you, and that is a new port to the Switch for Harvest Moon One World that's going to include all new graphics and a new exploration method. We don't really have a lot of further details, but they have hinted at a soft release date sometime in the fall.
But that's not all that's being ported to the Switch, as a whole new generation can endure the same headaches trying to solve puzzles or just finding really detailed walkthroughs for this game. Myst! Myst is being ported to the Switch, and you can not only play in the updated form, but also in classic mode. Now, it's already available for pre-order, and if you order before the 28th, you'll actually save some money, as it will currently be $15.99. After the 28th, it'll jump back up to $19.99, and it'll be released May 21st.
If you're still sitting at home and you want to use some of that time towards an educational pursuit, Ubisoft has come up with a fun way to do that in the form of a recreation of Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which will allow you to explore historical locations for a limited time. You'll be able to learn more about their wars, their lifestyle, their myths, all for free up until May 21st, as long as you have a Uplay account.
Free Game of the Week! On Epic Game Store, you can now get GTA 5 for free. Now, I would expect crashes and delays, seeing as it's already crashed earlier this week. Not only Epic's Game Store, but also GTA 5.
Are you going
online.
to be a green alien or a purple alien? Which gang are you going to join?
This offer is available until May 21st, and of course, as the other free games that we've told you, this is not a trial. You get to keep the game after you've downloaded it.
A great success!
When we announced previously that the members of the guild were going to get together to do a D&D stream, we didn't expect them to do even more of them. They're planning 4 more, including one that just happened yesterday before this was posted. For a total of 4 more streams starting yesterday. So you can have 3 more episodes to look forward to in addition to the one that just posted. All these streams will be happening live on Sundays, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Felicia Day's Twitch channel.
AMC has recently acquired the rights to 2 of Anne Rice's famous series. 1, The Vampire Chronicles, and 2, The Lives of the Mayfair Witches. This deal was made not just for films, but for TV series adaptations as well, with Anne Rice and her son Christopher Rice as executive producers on said shows and films.
Neil Gaiman's Sandman is getting an audio dramatization version that will be an Audible exclusive and feature a very star-studded voice cast. Voice roles include James McAvoy, Taron Egerton, and Andy Serkis. And that will be available July 15th.
Star Wars is meeting manga once more, thanks to Yen Press. There will be 2 new series, one of them Star Wars Rebels, which is an adaptation of a series of the same name, and Leia, Princess of Alderaan, which is a prequel to A New Hope.
A new manga adaptation for Animal Crossing New Horizons is coming out. It will be serialized in Koro Koro Comics in June with the help of mangaka Kokonasu Runpa, an artist who has already done one-shots for the Animal Crossing franchise. These, of course, are going to be released over in Japan, but we don't have a release date yet, nor any idea whether or not these are going to come to America at some point.
Not only is Dune getting a film adaptation, but they're getting toys, too, through McFarlane Toys. Now, we don't really have any other information on the toy line other than it's coming around this fall, but it is, they are coming out. I'm sure that's got you all excited, Panda.
I want sandworms. I want, you know those stupid Jeeps that they used to give us to ride around in as kids? Or at least that's what they tried to tell us. They tried to sell that to us kids on television, like you wanted one of those stupid utility Jeeps run by a car battery. No, I want a worm.
I can't see him yet, but he's very close now.
Give me a sandworm to ride. I'll take that to the park and become the Kwisatz Haderach and dominate all the other kids on the park.
For he is the Kwisatz Haderach.
And then the other parents come around and say, you can't do that, and I'll be like, suck my muab dick! Even more toy news, as My Little Pony is having a crossover with D&D. The pack will include 5 ponies, a DM screen, and a 20-sided die for all your questionable shenanigans.
I know who's going to pre-order it! These official toys are being made by In Demand Toys, and that's where we'll be getting the rest of our updates. They haven't given us a release date yet. So, soon, because I'm dying for it.
If you would like to open up your creative window during these trying times and you happen to like coloring, there's a new opportunity from artist Jen Bartel, who is offering 6 pages for free out of 24 from her Sailor Moon coloring book. You can buy that from her, but you can also get these 6 pages from her for free.
Support your local artists, guys. Meme of the week, meme of the week. This is when we tell you about meme of the week.
This episode of the Meme of the Week is a riff on one of our local news headlines. Streak kindly hashed this together for us before we recorded. This piece of glorious trash that you can find for real on our Facebook and Twitter, but is exhibited here for your entertainment. So, if you like BoJack Horseman memes, we finally made one. Moving on to the real news.
It wasn't too long ago when we announced that there would be a port of Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Not surprisingly, however, work from home hasn't exactly been successful for creating this port, and the game will be delayed. We have no release date. We'll keep you posted.
Of course, that's not the only thing getting delayed during COVID-19. That's been like half the news that we've brought to you the last few weeks. But there's another one. It's for Pokemon. There's a movie called Pokemon Coco, which is kind of like Jungle Book, but in the Pokemon world, like that Kangaskhan episode, but stretched out across a movie-length feature.
Apparently he's gonna have an existential crisis of whether or not he's a man or a Pokemon.
Am I a man or am I a Muppet? Am I a Muppet?
It was originally intended to come out June 10th, but now there's no official release date for it.
We have a new hiring announcement as it relates to The Mandalorian Season 2. Katie Sackhoff is reprising her role as Bo-Katan Kairis in The Mandalorian Season 2, which will be really fascinating to watch as it's going to be a voice actor in a real-life role. Plus, she looks so much like her character.
Club Penguin, that old internet standby, is facing a second death, now that Disney has slapped the fan servers with a DMCA notice. Although the obvious quandary is that Disney controls the intellectual property to Club Penguin, there are further issues that probably didn't sit too well with Disney corporate, like a pervasive lack of moderation and a lot of anti-Semitic content in that unmoderated space.
Not only that, but the BBC did end up conducting an investigation which led to an arrest of a London man for, Let's see, how would YouTube allow us to say it? I think the best way would be to leave you with two letters. The letter C and the letter P. In brighter news, NASA and SpaceX are asking Kerbal Space Program fans to try and dock with the International Space Station. If you want to do this and submit a video evidence of you docking with the International Space Station, you gotta do it quick because the deadline to upload your videos would be May 25th. Now, you can feel free to do this for fun, but just be known that the best videos will be sent to NASA and SpaceX, and it will help guide us to our future.
Now, if you're not a fan or you don't own Kerbal Space Program, there is still an opportunity for you, and that is SpaceX has released their own sim for free for you to try to manually dock with the ISS. Essentially, this is all about SpaceX trying to figure out if their astronauts will be able to manually dock with the station. While SpaceX does intend for their modules to automatically dock with the ISS, there's always the possibility that manual docking will be required, and this sim being available is kind of them testing out whether or not their training is going to be effective.
Riot has recently confirmed a huge wave of banhammer across their Valorant beta game of over 8,000 cheaters. Now, the reason I phrase it that way is because, well, yes, technically there were some accounts that were banned. Riot Games wanted to make it very specific and say that they're also hardware banning certain users. Now, what it sounds like, because they don't want to give too much away so that they can catch the cheaters unawares, what we think is happening is they might be banning your MAC address or your IP address directly from your computer and making sure you can't access the game. Feel like that's going to just, I don't know, hit them back because, like, you can spoof that stuff. So, wonder how they're going to deal with spoofing.
Although it's been an unusual year in a lot of bad ways, there's also a couple things that are kind of good. And that is the U.S. has hit a new record for the amount of money spent on video games, clocking in at $10.9 billion just for the quarter.
$10.9 billion!
That $10.9 billion figure covers games and in-game purchases. So, you know, all those neat hats that you could buy on Steam from that one game, Team Fortress 2, where they have like 1 million different items.
I love how that's the first in-game purchases that you go to. Like,
if you went by retail price, Team Fortress 2, to get all the content, is the world's most expensive game. Fact.
It's not what I meant at all, but that's an interesting little tidbit there.
It's either that or Train Simulator.
I like trains.
What that figure doesn't include is the $770 million spent on consoles specifically, where Nintendo is definitely making bank.
Despite AMC's decision to not screen any more Universal projects, or apparently buying out rights from Anne Rice, they're actually not in a good financial situation currently.
Who would have thought?
Which has led to this unusual talks between AMC and Amazon for Amazon to possibly, I don't know, buy them out. Now, this wouldn't be the first time that Amazon actually owns a theater chain, as they own one currently in the UK. And there has actually been talks between AMC and Amazon, so we'll just have to see how that progresses.
It's already conveniently got the digits it needs. Amazon Movie Company.
Oh, wow, I didn't even realize you're right. It actually does have.
My reputation grows. One of these days, you will see my picture on every postage stamp.
And that's where we will end this episode. So if you're new to the channel, there is a subscribe button over there and a little bell you can ring to see all the cool videos that we throw out there. Awesome content for an awesome audience. Leave a comment below if you are not a bot. If you are a bot, you're going to leave a comment anyway. Feel free to give us your thoughts on things that we covered in this episode. And as always, I'm Mr. Panda.
And I'm Rockstar. See you next week.
So Rockstar can make controversial comments about fandom, but the moment Panda wants to make a joke, suddenly, oh no, that's too controversial.
And it's about this girl who gets turned into a tanuki beast.